hello, namaste. Welcome to Meena
Meena.
Belleza in So today our guest is ready and waiting for us. So viewers, let me introduce our guest, Sujata Sengupta, journalist, mother of cats, and a reporter at Hibis TV. Hi Sujata ji, how are you?
Hi, Meena. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, I'm able to hear you, and thanks for joining. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for asking me to do this, and I just love the name of the series, Be Your Own Hero, and I am really happy to be here.
Thank you, Sujata ji. So I'll give you a small introduction about what I know about you to the viewers who has joined. So viewers, so this is our second episode on the series Be Your Own Hero with our hero Sujata Sengupta. So when I have seen Sujata Sengupta, the first impression I got is she is like a pleasant and not taking stress on her face, cool and calmly handling the things kind of lady. And being in that position, like I always felt like reporter means who will be always hurry buddy doing the things on go, so who will be putting her pressure on the face, but she was like totally opposite to the views to the things I had in my mind. So Sujata ji, so why did you choose reporter as your profession? What made you to choose reporter
Actually,
as your profession?
it's a long, long story. After 12th, I did my graduation in BA Honors Journalism from Delhi. From Delhi University. But after working 1.5 years in the industry of media in journalism, I told everybody at home, at friends and everyone, I am not made for journalism. I am not made for media. This is not, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I changed my profession. I went into event management. And
Yes.
almost 12 years or more than that, I worked in the field of event management and specialized in art and culture related events. And then in 2000, towards end of 2018, I started my own event management institute where I would teach young minds how to become a professional event manager because the industry is growing and we don't have that many professionals as the industry rapidly is growing, but we don't have that many professionals. But slowly, COVID came in, and I had a huge hit to my business, and the number of students went low from whatever it was. And then I had ample of time in my hand. And because, as you know, in my business, you always have your team, your staff, and everything. So they're already there taking care of the business and everything. They're reporting to me. But for me, there was a lot of work because now the load of work was down due to COVID and lockdown and everything. So I thought what to do. And then suddenly I saw this ad of vacancy for journalists and reporters, and I was like, maybe that's the destiny, going back to journalism again. It was me who said I don't want to do journalism, and now after so many years, I'm back to journalism. So that's how it is. I am back to the profession. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally opposite. Like event management is one completely different field, and reporting journalism is different field. So
I don't feel so because if you, when you are in the field of event management, you are almost doing the same thing, kind of like, event management is very much close to entertainment and media. Because in event management also every day you meet a lot of people. Yes, it's a service industry, so you serve them as per their requirement and you work behind the stage. But in
okay,
media, again, you meet a lot of people and you present the news to your audience or, readers, viewers, whosoever it is. And again, it's a kind of service. There is a client part, there is an audience part, but media helps you, or the nature of the profession is such that you are not backstage, you are on the stage in front of the
yeah,
camera. So people know you.
okay.
Otherwise, yeah, in events also, people do almost the same kind of work. Instead of providing the news, they provide service, but behind the stage.
Yes, I
So I
understand.
think after so many years coming back to journalism, definitely the event management industry did help me. The confidence and everything that I gathered from that industry definitely helped me.
Okay, so your experience in the past has helped you to serve in
Definitely.
the current. Okay,
Yes,
so which is
yes.
close to your heart? Is it event management or journalism?
I think it would always be journalism because it was my first love, but I myself ran away from it. And inside my heart, I always used to think, like the kind of series you're doing. So I always used to think कि कुछ ऐसा करते हैं, कुछ वैसा करते हैं, or I would, see something on the road. I will take picture, I'll post on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll write a small brief about it. Try to give, what is happening, what is the news, share with others. So that was there, but very passive. Now that I'm back to the field, now it is on an active level. But yes, event management did help me a lot with my confidence, with client servicing, meeting people, talking to people, how to present yourself and all that stuff. That industry has also helped me a lot.
Okay, that's great to hear that journalism is very close to your heart. That's what we also wanted to hear from you because that is something different field. We always feel like giving respect. I mean, every profession is different and every profession has its own kind of respect. But a reporter and journalist is something where you have to put like complete dedication and where you have to serve the people with correct and true information. Like there can be
Absolutely.
two types of journalists, like who works just for the name of a job and who works dedicatedly. So we always believe that you are on the correct side. So, coming to your Insta stories, just for a sudden change from your journalism to your Insta stories, because you said like wherever you see some posters or you feel like sharing something, you'll put it on your Insta stories. I'm one of your follower, so I keep seeing
Thank
your
you.
Insta stories. So it's like I feel like you are the one who always speaks to your heart, like or like whatever you feel like telling without hiding anything, like without having a second thought, like what that other person thinks if I put this, what the person whom I met yesterday, like he is not of my mentality, what he might think, because I might have to make a relationship with him in future for my business or so and so thing. I never felt like you had such kind of thought. So did anything inspire you from childhood, or you have the mentality after any such incident, like you have to speak to people and you have to inspire with your words?
So basically, Meena, I think it came from my father. He was a man without filter. I am also without filter. If I have to say something, I have to say something. I do not put a second thought on that. And also, the reason why I always say that journalism is close to my heart, more than, as you said, doing it as a job, I'm doing it out of my passion. I'm doing it out of my interest because I want to reach out to people, I want to speak, and I want to showcase if I'm able to, present good stories that connect with people. That is my aim. So yes, me and my father, we always have been no filter, no BS kind of people. And if we have to say something, we have to say something. It doesn't matter. Like I am new generation, so it doesn't matter on social media who's watching, who's not watching. If I have to put on something, I'll put it there. And so was my late father. And yes, it came from there. And because of that, I did had to face a lot of, bashes and a lot of words from my own family, mother, or my friends that, you should not do things like that. In fact, even
Yes,
in my business,
exactly.
yes, in my business or when I was in event industry, a lot of times I had to hear it from the other end. But thankfully, touch wood, thanks to God, this one trait never went anywhere. It sticks, it's still with me. It sticks to me. So, and
Yeah,
I definitely want to continue to be like that. No filter.
yeah, thank you, Sujata ji. We met such a person like you. So now we can see younger generation, like who will be taking everything to their heart, who doesn't speak out. Like if someone hurts or if they are getting hurt, even if they are not intentionally, some second person is not meant to say that, but they take that in the wrong way, but they will not speak out. So what do you want to suggest to such younger generation?
See, definitely, if you have something in your mind, you should speak out. Doesn't matter who it is. I always feel that, you should not be, even if it's your parents, even if it's your husband, boyfriend, brother, sister, anyone. It's not like someone will say sit, so you will sit, and someone will say stand up, so you will stand up. At the end of the day, you are an individual, and God has blessed all of us with something very beautiful called brain, and we need to use it. If we are not using it, then what is the difference between us and the other animals? Humans are on the top of the animal, kingdom, and then what is the difference? So definitely we have to make that choice for us. And if we like something, or if we don't like something, or if we want to express something, we must say whatever there is. Yes, sometimes, in fact, a lot of times in today's day and time, we should put a thought on it that we are not hurting anyone. But yes, keeping your thought in front of people, sharing it with, there is no harm until unless you intentionally want to hurt someone.
Got it. Well said, Sujata ji. So you are in this reporting field like since the lockdown has started. So what is the best or inspirational situation that you felt like that might have changed your life in this journey?
See, there are many situations like that. Even before I came back to reporting and journalism, I had seen and even gone through so many situations that has made a very positive impact, sometimes negative also, but it did make impact. And during these few months of my reporting, I met so many, women entrepreneurs and women achievers. And especially, like, I remember all those women who are in their, who are senior citizens, but now they are, they would say that बच्चे बड़े कर लिए हैं, सब अपना काम कर लिया है, जिम्मेदारी निभा ली है. Now we want to do what we want, our heart wants to do. And they are doing, घर पे बैठ के, they are doing some business, be it masala or be it some clothing business or handcraft business, but they are doing something. And as a woman, I definitely feel doesn't matter what your age is, you should and you must be working, and you should be independent financially. And it not only gives you that financial strength to do anything, but it also gives you that courage and confidence to hold
Yes.
your head high, and how to deal with the world. So definitely a woman should always be working, and seeing these women in their 60s, 70s and starting all over again with a career and with all the enthusiasm that I have to take it forward. That is amazing, and definitely it impacts you a lot.
Yes, yes, and it really it inspires us looking at the women who are in that age and working so much and trying to
Yes,
fulfill their passion. So you are in this journalism and you have experience in event management and you have met so many women like who are in different fields. So we face in India particularly like we are tend like women are tend to do like only teacher job or doctor job. Like society makes our mind think like that. Like okay, only these particular set of jobs are suitable for women, not a
right.
reporter. Women cannot be a reporter. Women cannot be a model. Women cannot be in cinema field or media field for a long time. A long time. So these are the kind of words or discouragement that we receive from society, like day to day. Like even though we are going forward in one direction, we are being pushed down in another direction. So
Yes.
what do you comment on that?
No, thank you so much for bringing this topic. Again, this is something very close to me. And I definitely feel, even though we are in 2022, but women are, girl child are literally bred and are being trained just to get married and do, cooking and bartan and all that stuff. I'm not saying that is wrong. Everybody should be self-sufficient. These are skills, to make your life easy, but then these skills should be taught to both the sex. And similarly, earning your own money, earning your bread should also be taught to both the sex. And I still remember when I was getting married, so my mother said that, would you like to change your field? I said, why? Because you're in events, you come late, and your husband is also in events. He will also not be there for so many days at home. So who will take care of the home? Who will manage everything at home? I said, if we both are not there in the home, inside our home, then it's not home, it's a house. It's just four walls. Wherever we are, that is wherever we are together and happy, and that is home. So there is nothing to take care of, there is nothing to manage. Everything will fall in place if we are happy. So don't worry, I am not changing my profession, I am not going anywhere. If my profession needs me to come back home at 2 o'clock at night, I will do that. Or if it needs me to go out of the house 2 o'clock at night, I will do that. So I'm not going to change. And as far as the kind of professions you have just mentioned, yes, a lot of families, in fact, maximum families, I think we are few privileged women who are able to follow whatever we want to follow our heart, follow our passion, and choose the kind of profession we want to choose. But honestly, maximum women are still living under pressure and in that thought that okay, only these set of professions are made for us, and rest we can't do because फिर शादी हो जाएगी तो बच्चा हो जाएगा तो हम कैसे मीडिया में सरवाइव करेंगे, ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, और मे बी इन अदर और इन इवेंट्स और मे बी इन अदर इंडस्ट्री, which is not at all true. There are so many women in event industry. There are so many women in media industry. There's so many women in other industries as well as and in IT there are so many women. So how are they coping up with both home and their profession? So there is nothing to be afraid of. Yes, these professions are also very respectful. If there is no teacher, then there is no future. But again, one can look beyond just think beyond of being a teacher or something like that. There are a lot of options available.
Yes, thank you for sharing your personal experience, Sujata ji. So we just wanted to know, like, who is the most supportive person from your family? Like who
Mm.
with whom you can share everything.
See, I would say in current situation, definitely my husband.
Oh, great.
Because yeah, because obviously we are from both from the same generation. We share the same kind of mentality, thoughts, and everything. So even though I'm very close to my mother, but still there are so many things which I can openly share with my husband, which I cannot share with my mother. So definitely my husband, and right now definitely my husband is the pillar of strength and confident and everything. I can come back to him, I can cry, I can shout, I can punch him, I can I can even take out my frustration and I don't have to explain. So yeah, it's him definitely.
Okay, that's great. That's great to know about your husband as well. So, in in few professions, like we will be having targets and we will be having like highlights and lowlights being given to the employee who is working there. And sometimes we tend to cry because we will not be able to meet targets. It happens. So, was there
Hmm.
any particular situation when in your career, like where you faced such situation and where you have to cry, or like you might have felt like, why did I come to this field, why did I choose this field?
Yeah, in events, I have faced that situation a lot of time because there is target. Events is a very target-based industry. So you have to go and pitch and get clients or, so whatever in your department you are, you have to make sure that the department is growing along with your, if you are a team head, then you have to make sure that your team is also growing with you. You have to grow, you have to make your team grow. So there are a lot of situations, there have been a lot of situations where I felt like, why did I even come? Just because I love art and culture, that doesn't mean I have to make myself go through all this. And it's a very competitive industry. So yes, there also. And in journalism, though a lot of times there are no target as such, But yes, definitely there is this hunger, there is this need, there is this thing from your organization as well, that you go out and get the good stories out there. And sometimes if you're not, you are not getting even one single story, you're not able to cover something nice, कुछ हो गया आपको पता ही नहीं चला, and you missed out on the opportunity. It really, so media and journalism is something where you don't have pressure from others, but you put pressure on yourself, because you always
Okay.
want to go out and fetch the
Pressure
best of
starts
the,
from within.
yeah, within, क्योंकि आपको best stories लेके आने, you want to show it to your viewers, or you want your readers to read the good stories from you. You just
Okay.
can't कि कुछ भी print कर दो, कुछ भी video बना दो. I mean, it makes no sense to be a reporter or a journalist then. So definitely
Okay.
there, yeah, there you feel like कि क्या कर रहे हो, कुछ भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो, you're doing nothing, you're wasting your time, no productivity. You do feel like that.
Okay, so we will not be able to sleep peacefully at the end of the day if we are
I
not
can't.
doing like what.
I
Okay.
can't. I can't because coming back to journalism, or taking journalism once again as a career, the main aim was that now that I have time in my hand, and always I had that itch that I want to, communicate with others, but I don't want to communicate with others on basis of just making any content. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be
Okay.
something meaningful. And when you present good stories, be it human interest or business interest or anything, it is not only good for your own personal profile, it's good for your company, it's good for your colleagues, as well as it is a very, interesting, good matter, something to think about for your readers or viewers as well. And that makes
Okay.
them also come back to you again and again. दैट ओके,
Yes.
मुझे पता है मीना जब भी कुछ न्यूज करेगी या कुछ लाइव करेगी इंस्टाग्राम पे, वी नो दैट शी इज ओनली गोइंग टू गेट गिव गुड कंटेंट टू अस, सो दैट हैज
Got
टू बी
it.
देयर.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So coming to the next question, like you are completely into the professional field and we got to know like how do you work and how do you think like while you're working and how you spend you dedicatedly on your work. So coming to the other side, you're a mother of cats. So how this interest started?
Oh, yeah, still not mother of humans, but mother of cats.
Okay.
And
So
yeah,
we are yet
so
to listen that hear that good news soon.
maybe, yeah.
Okay.
But I feel that be it a human child or an animal, puppy, kitten, or whatever, that same commitment has to be there.
Okay.
And somehow, me and my husband, we both we had this knack towards the love for animals, and then slowly, I don't know how it happened, we got into feeding and rescuing dogs and cats. And my husband is into feeding, some 7 to 8 dogs every day, that like
Okay.
permanent, his those are his kids. So every day,
Okay.
without a fail, he feeds them. And because of time constraint, I'm not able to do much of rescue work, but one of my cat is a rescue cat, and another one is also a rescue cat, so both are Indian rescue cats I have at home. And I really love that. And if once I get some, like, एक बार आप किसी को घर लाते हो तो आप फिर उसके छोड़ नहीं सकते, वो
Yes.
कमिटमेंट होना चाहिए, आप उसको वापस रास्ते में नहीं छोड़ सकते, तो एक बार घर आ गए तो घर आ गए, दैट्स इट.
So after getting to know little, only little you have shared about your husband, but still we feel like you both are made for each other because your thoughts are matching, everything is matching. It's really happy to know about your husband as well. So now we have one physical round because it's a virtual interview that is going on live. So the physical round is something like you have to show something that is very close to your heart. You can just move out for a second, or you can just pick out something very near to you.
Close to my heart, I oh, that would be difficult because I don't know what is close to my heart like that. um it's a very difficult question actually.
Okay.
Something, something very difficult you have asked to do. Okay, I'll just show you this. This is from one of my first projects that I did in Hyderabad. It was an art exhibition, and this is I always, keep close to me. And it's a coffee table book on different arts from Telangana, art and artists.
Mhm.
So as I said,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Indian art and culture and everything.
Mhm.
Yes, anything related to art and culture is very close to my heart. So something like, yeah, things like these,
Okay.
or things like these you will find in my home. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
Okay,
craft and
thank
art
you,
would be
Sujataji.
there.
It's a pleasure we got to see those things. So now the question is, it's like a situational question. You got a chance to interview a teacher and a politician, but you have to choose only one from them. Like whom you will prefer, whether it's a teacher or a politician,
I think
and
I'll
why?
prefer the teacher. I'll prefer the teacher because, as I said, teachers are the foundation of future. And if you will go on my Instagram page, you will see I recently went to Akshay Patra Foundation. They prepare meal for government school kids, and
Mhm.
they provide midday meal and all other kind of facilities to children. And I saw even in government school, a lot of times we feel कि government school में तो पढ़ाते नहीं है, ये नहीं करते हैं, वो नहीं करते हैं. Yes, there is a lot of lack of facilities also there, and a huge scope of improvement. But I saw how teachers were putting their effort in teaching, and I went to a primary school where they were distributing the food and everything. And that's why I feel, and I've always felt that teachers are the foundation. They are the one who shape us and make us what we are, and make us ready for the future. So definitely I will interview teachers. And gone are those days where men or women would take the job of teaching because chalo government job hai कि अच्छी salary आ जाएगी, or women will take teaching because by 2 o'clock 3 o'clock will be home. No, because neither the profession of teaching is same like that, nor the intention of people is same like that. So a lot of things have changed. So definitely in today's time, if I get an opportunity, I will interview the teacher and like to know her future plans. How does she teach? How does she manage a class of, most of the classes are full of 30, 40 students. How do they manage
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So would love to know that.
Yeah, loved your answers, Sujata ji. So the next question is like you have to interview a leader who is very corruptive. You are not at all interested to interview that leader, but the condition is you can put only two questions where even you will be satisfied. Like you got to ask him like what was running in your mind, and the condition is you have to put only two questions to him, and that too in a professional way. So what will be those two questions?
It will depend what kind of leader he is, what kind of corruption he has done, and in which department or ministry or state, things like that. Will definitely the questions will depend on that, and his or her history, at present what they are doing, things like that. I will try that, if I have only two chances, two questions in my hand, then I would definitely try my level best that we can throw some light on that matter or issue of corruption, whatever that person has done, because that corruption harms our nation, our country, the people, in many ways. So whatever they have done, I would definitely like to throw some light on that. And through those two questions, I would like to know why, when, what, or what that person wants to answer to the janta, to common man. So
Okay.
maybe I'll ask something like that.
Okay, well said, Sujata ji. So now you're working as a reporter. So what is your long-term goal?
I love to talk and I love to connect with people. So definitely my long-term goal is to do human-based stories. and to present human-based stories. And because I was in event industry where I also learned about business and different nitty-gritties of business and departments and everything, the hard work that goes. So from there, I also learned about uh, startups and everything. So human stories or startup stories or women entrepreneur journeys, things like that.
Okay. So,
Uh, your, I think I've lost you maybe. Your video is paused. Can't hear you. No, Meena, I can't hear you.
viewers, I'm not sure whether you people are able to hear me. Let me check with the guest, Sujata ji. Yeah, hi Sujata ji. Welcome back. Are
Hi.
you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes, it's much
Okay,
clear.
I'm sorry for that. Maybe network
Oh
glitches
no,
here.
it's network. You can't do anything.
Yes. Okay, so we have almost finished 30 minutes without knowing. Like it
Oh
was
yes.
like so smooth our story.
To be
So
honest,
I
when
have
you asked me to come for this episode, I was and you told 30 minutes, and I was really worried. I mean, what will I
oh,
say in 30 minutes? But where time, I mean, really couldn't understand.
yes, yes, it's really good. So, and one more thing. So, you're mental health warrior, and I have seen like you are a COVID warrior too. So, was there any have you faced anything? I have seen few posts like where you have told like it was extremely different, abnormal situation that you have faced, and after that also still you're in recovering state. It's not yet recovered completely. So, how you cope up from that? And like what was the care you have taken, maybe know anything about that situation.
Right. So as far as mental health warrior is concerned, that I have always been pro of, if even slightest, if there is a dip in your mood or change in how you're feeling, your emotions and everything, I don't think we should hide and we should seek help. So, whenever needed, I have taken help, be it from my family, friends, or professionals. And as far as COVID is concerned, I like in this phase, many have, in the third phase, many have been had suffered of COVID Omicron. So
Yes.
I also did. Um, so when you are affected with COVID, that time you will feel like, oh, it's just like any other flu, because this one was just like flu, and after a few days fever will be done and you will be okay and fit and fine. But the side effects are a lot. And I used to think that because I'm physically very weak, it is only me. But then I got to know through my post only, that I got to know that a lot of people, be it men or women, they are also going through the same physical side effects that I was going through, like chronic back pain or chronic cough and cold. And already, if you have a problem of cough and cold or dust allergy or bronchitis, then it is affecting you more and things like
Okay.
that. And in
Oh,
many situations, a lot of my female friends have confirmed that, it is affecting your period cycle as well, menstrual period
mm.
cycle.
Yes,
So
yes,
those
I
kind of
read.
things, yes, those kind of things are also there. And then today I was reading an article where it said that even though it's just like it feels like a flu, this Omicron, but the impact is so much that even once you have recovered from COVID, but still you can have like blockages or things like that, heart attacks or things like that. So the
Okay.
impact is so bad on your health. So yes, that was something I shared on my Instagram. I did get
Yeah.
response from a lot of people, and they told me that they had in phase 3 of COVID, they were also suffering, and they are still suffering the side effects and going through similar kind of pain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's thank you for sharing that because it really helps like people who are not aware about it, and
Right.
and it's good that like we have overcome that stage and we are now able to talk with each other directly instead of on phones. It was so
I
like
know.
global pandemic. We couldn't even again rethink about it. So
Yes.
I'm happy that you recovered and I'm back to and you're back to normal. So we have last few questions. You always say about good vibes in your Insta stories or in your Insta post. So like any one good story on one incident that you remember, like which quickly you can remember and spread humor or some good vibes here.
Good vibes. I mean, I always feel that you can't have two face, and you can't be a person who is in front of the other one is very nice and at the back is always bitching. Yes, as human we all have done that, but not to an extent. You can't do that in to an extent where it is hurting someone else. So and my mantra of life is जियो और जीने दो. So that is the
That's
best thing.
really great.
आप खुश रहो, हमें भी खुश रहने दो, या फिर हम खुश रहते हैं, आपको भी खुश रहने देते हैं. So that is my, and that's the kind of people I connect with also. And maybe that's why I
Okay.
connected with you so well.
Actually, I was about to say that, like, our interview itself is one of the good vibes that we are giving to the viewers. So,
Yeah.
one inspiring person from your journey.
Inspiring person, there is nothing, no one specific to be very honest. But there's so many people. Matlab, in life, you meet so many people, and especially all the women in my life are very much inspiring. Be it my maternal grandmother, be it my paternal grandmother, or other women relatives in my family or in my husband's family. My mother-in-law is very inspiring. Her story, her journey is very inspiring. She and my father-in-law, they came from village to Hyderabad city, and they didn't had much money in their hand, and they were working in factories and all that, and from there they have saved every single penny and make their child go to a good school, go through a good education, make a home for themselves, and right now they are living good life, retirement life. So
No.
especially all these kind of women are very in my friends. There are so many friends who are doing so many good work. There are my female friends who are managing home. I would say I'm one of those people. मुझे तो घर पे उतना कुछ करना ही नहीं पड़ता. My mother-in-law takes care of the home. मुझे तो उतना कुछ करना ही पड़ता नहीं करना पड़ता. I just concentrate on my career. But there are so many of my female friends who come back from office, do घर का सारा काम, and then next day they are with much more enthusiasm and zeal and energy than me. They are ready for office to go. and work, start a new day. So obviously all these women, and then yes, there are a lot of men also who has impacted and or who have good, left good impression on me, especially because men are more there in the field working in comparison to women. So obviously I've learned a lot when it comes to working culture or professionalism from men. A lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is what? This is the last question. So, what is the inspiring message, or what is the message from your life that you would like to give to younger generation?
आई वुड ओनली से कि तोतापरी आम खाओ पर खुद तोता मत बनो. सामने वाला जो कहता है उसको रिपीट मत करो. यूज योर ब्रेन. गॉड हैज गिफ्टेड अस विद दिस वेरी ब्यूटिफुल थिंग and try. It will not happen in one day, but try and learn to sync your brain and your heart so that you get a direction. मेरा भी एक दिन में नहीं हुआ. आफ्टर रोज सीख के रोज कुछ नया एक्सपीरियंस, कुछ नई गलती, कुछ नया सक्सेस, उसको फॉलो कर करके उसके लर्निंग से सीख कर ही today I can say that yes, I am in a position where my heart and my head is in one direction. It's in sync. So definitely listen to your head, listen to your heart. Just do not follow somebody's instruction blindfoldedly. Try to think about it, try to analyze it. Try not to do something which will, at the end of the day will hurt someone. Don't do some such things intentionally. Yes, sometimes we do end up doing things के अनजाने में कोई और हर्ट हो जाता है या कुछ. फिर उसमें शर्म भी मत करो, जाके सॉरी बोलो और दिमाग में रखो कि नेक्स्ट टाइम आप वो चीजें रिपीट ना करें. ये कुछ चीजें लाइफ में होगी तो जैसे मैंने कहा, मेरा तो एक ही मंत्र है, जियो और जीने दो, तो वो आसान हो जाएगा. फिर आप जी भी
Okay.
पाओगे और जीने भी, दूसरों को जीने भी दोगे.
Yes, yes, I agree, and I totally agree, and I really enjoy talking with you, Sujata
Same
ji. It
here.
was really an honor having you here because you being such a busy person, I can see your schedule, like how you manage the things by your post, and I personally came to your studio and I could see like how well you manage the things, and that too particularly one particular thing that comes to my mind when I think of you is like cool, like you handle so many things but your face will be like always smiling, ever
Thank
smiling,
you so
Sujata
much.
ji.
Thank you
That's
so
what I
much.
can say about you. And you're like shifting from one field to another but moving again to the field where your passion exists, and you made it like with ease, like though it is full of, in every
I
job is has stress.
I would just say one thing, like when we were talking about career and profession for women, as I said कि अभी भी मैक्सिमम घरों में औरतों को या फीमेल चाइल्ड को पहले घर संभालना सिखाया जाता है. सो इट इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट कि अगर बचपन से ही करियर ओरिएंटेड भी बनाया जाए. बिकॉज for me, at the age of somewhere at the age of 32 or 33, I realized that I am career oriented.
Oh,
That is when I
okay.
realized. Till then, I was just thinking, okay, I do job because it's better to earn money and you don't have to ask for money from someone else, and it's good for independence. But that sense of that I am also a professional person, I am also career oriented, I want to make something out of my life, that was not there. Because दो मेरे घर पे कभी ऐसे मुझे सिखाया नहीं गया ऐसी चीजें, बट स्टिल वो इनडायरेक्टली डायरेक्टली हमारी नर्चरिंग में द वे गर्ल्स आर ब्रॉट अप वो होता है. सो
Yes,
लड़कों पे
yes.
तो एक तो लड़कों पे सोसाइटी का थोड़ा रहता ही है कि लड़के ही बाहर जाएंगे काम करेंगे, और अगर वो प्रेशर घर से नहीं है तो फिर वो रहता है कि आप क्या बनोगे लाइफ में, आपको क्या बनना है. वो लड़कों से बस यही दो सवाल होते हैं ना कि आप हमारे,
Yeah.
मैंने आपको बड़ा किया है तो तुम फैमिली के लिए क्या कर रहे हो, जाओ बाहर जाओ कमा के लाओ. या फिर वो प्रेशर ना हो तो, पैसे का प्रेशर ना हो तो, कि आप करियर क्या चुनना चाहते हो, क्या बनना चाहते हो लाइफ में. बट लड़कियों से आज भी ये दो सवाल उतने नहीं पूछे जाते, जिसकी वजह से हम उतने करियर ओरिएंटेड नहीं होते हैं. देयर आर वेरी फ्यू वुमेन or girls who from a very young age they know that what is
Yes.
their career objective. So yes, that is one thing that after so many years I've realized, and now that I've realized I don't want it to let it go. And that's why
Okay.
it is my duty to, make this ease shift from one industry to other, and
Okay.
work tirelessly and not show frustration to others because I don't have time for that.
Okay, actually, you have raised one good point. That's really a thought-provoking thought, I can say. That thought-provoking idea that our parents, like we young parents, even when we are bringing up the child, we should make a point of it. That's really a good idea, Sujata ji, and it's an honor to have you here. And I'm
Thank you,
really happy
Meena.
that you have shared like very important and very informative things, and of course very inspiring journey you had, and you have brought all the points like which like our younger generation can make a note of it, and it really helps us to move forward in life. So thanks again for having you here, for
Thank
having
you, Meena.
taking your time here. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Meena, for asking me to do this. Thank you so much. And we could speak about all these issues. And yes, every girl has to be her own hero or heroine. So, yeah,
Yes, thank you,
thank you so
Sujata
much.
ji. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, viewers, for watching the show. Good night.
Good night.